Hello, welcome to this update for the U.S. and Canada. So let's see here what's happening. Uh, Today's like Thursday, the February 27th, and we have some moisture on the east and some systems in Canada there. But during the next few days and weeks and everything, we have the possibility of more systems and some severe weather too. So let's look first the short range here, just for today. Shows a thunderstorm or two possible there on the east in the Ohio Valley. Day two, a storm or two in California because of those Pacific systems. Day three, still in California and Oregon, a storm or two. But in general, shows uh, today, Thursday, some freezing rain possible in the northeast into Canada, and more snow in the upper part of Michigan and in Minnesota and northern Maine, but especially in Canada, and shows some a storm or two in the east, southeast, and some rain. For day two, Friday, more snow in a few spots of northern New Hampshire, New York, and Maine, and Vermont, and this heavier snow in northernmost Michigan still, and throughout Ontario. There's day three, still a finger or two in the northeast for snow, and shows a mixed precipitation on the west as well. For precipitation, shows mainly on the east today, and day two shows a finger to the southwest in California and more near the Great Lakes, especially in Canada. That's no. Day three, more in the northeast into Atlantic Canada and some rain on the west as well. Day four, more stuff on the west and some in the mid-south plains, some rain. Day five, some more scattered across the west and some in the plains. Day six, some severe weather in the mid-south and more rain throughout the Midwest and some heavy rain in the mid-south. Day 7, this continues going east there. Some more storms the southeast and some more rain, and on the west as well. Day 1 through 7 shows more on the west and the Great Lakes and in the mid-south. For snow, shows those snow probabilities in parts of the northeast and Canada for today. For Friday, a lot in northern Michigan and into Ontario. Day 3, some in the northeast still into Atlantic Canada. Day 4 shows on the west Sunday in the mountains. Day 5 still in the Rockies. Day 6, some in the Rockies still in Canada. Day 7 more in eastern Canada, the Rockies. So be aware. And now, so let's see here if there's anything else. So this is the GFS, shows like that snow today and Friday near the Great Lakes and to Canada, and shows like even small spots of freezing rain today, and then this system later Friday, this clipper with more snow like through Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, northern Michigan, and to the northeastern US and Atlantic Canada later. So be aware those systems on the west on Monday the 3rd with snow and some rain in the mid-south as well. And this system on Tuesday into Wednesday, the severe weather March 5th. So this goes there and leaves some snow in the northeast later. And after that, the GFS still has some crazy ideas for snow and freezing rain. But the European does have like that system, the northeast now, into Friday, some snow into Canada as well, and the clipper there in Canada, in the northeast on March 1st. And it's actually tomorrow, the 28th, into March 1st. Then this goes, shows on Monday a storm or two in the south, and the system on the west starting Sunday. Then this goes into Tuesday, the severe weather, and into early Wednesday as well. This goes, the line of storms just moves east to March 5th, March 6th, and then maybe a little, some more stuff later in Florida or the northwest there, some rain and snow. And after that, the European shows some more systems crisscrossing, March 12th, and some snow in the west, but nothing that crazy. So be aware those areas. The temperatures are moderate now, no crazy extremes, but still cold in the north, very warm in the south, especially Florida and Southern California. 3 7 tonight to Friday morning shows, actually this morning Thursday, because it's still very early in the US, so show like some 20s single digits in the highest peaks of Colorado and Wyoming too, and generally cold the interior of the west and the northeast. So be aware some 20s in the north as well. There's for day 2 for Friday during the day, shows some 80s in the southwest, some 70s, some 60s, all the way up to Oregon. So it definitely warmed up a little, and some 60s southern Iowa, as well as 70s in southern central Texas and Oklahoma, and higher 70s in Florida, and still some 20s low 30s the northeast. Shows Friday morning still some 20s and teens in the mountains, and some 20s and teens the northeast, and some 30s further south. So be aware. There's day 3 for Saturday. Shows still cold in the north Saturday, some 20s, and but some 80s in southern Texas and some 70s in Florida, and all the way to North Carolina, some 70s in California too, in Arizona. Shows for Saturday morning. So first show Saturday afternoon and then morning. So here's Saturday morning, some single digits, the northeast and upper Midwest, northern Minnesota, and some 30s all the way down to northern Alabama, some 20s in the west, and some teens in the mountains. There's for Sunday afternoon, shows some 80s in Texas again, some 70s the southwest in Florida, but a little bit less hot in the southeast, like a little bit cooler, because of those cold fronts go there in the northeast, which still some things in the northeast by Sunday afternoon. But Sunday morning shows some 30s down to Georgia, and some like -1 Fahrenheit, -3 probably northern Maine, some -2, some 15, 8, so some things there, and single digits, some scared 20s and teens in the west, especially in California, the mountains, and in the north as well, some 20s, 30s, the Midwest. For Monday afternoon shows more heat in Texas, some 80s and some 70s, and Oklahoma too in the southwest. Some 70s in Florida, some higher 70s, and 30s and 20s in the northeast. For Monday morning, shows some 60s in the south, and some 3 Fahrenheit, some like 0 in northern Maine, some 20s down to Virginia, some 30s in North Carolina, some scared 20s and 30s in the west, and some teens and cold in the north too. There's day 6, shows already for Tuesday afternoon with the severe weather, already shows some 80s and some 70s in Texas, some 70s for the mid-south into Florida, some 80s. But southernmost Texas might get close to 90 or even more. It shows some 70s the southwest, as well as some still cold in the Rockies, some 30s, 20s. There's Tuesday morning, some 50s in the south, 60s, and some teens, 20s, and single digits in the highest elevations, and some 30s, 20s the northeast, and generally cold in the plains, some 20s. There's for Wednesday afternoon now, not here yet, so be aware. And there's the snow for 8 hours until Saturday, shows more in the northeast, especially New York, Maine, also northern Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont. Spots in New York and northern Michigan might get close to 12 inches, especially in northernmost Michigan and the UP. So be aware, it's close to 10 inches, 11 inches, a few spots there. For ice, does show the northeast some, but very little. In New Hampshire, some less than 1/10 of an inch in some areas. so beware, but nothing that crazy. But now about the severe weather shows, this is Tuesday, shows this trough diving down to the US and approaching like Texas, Louisiana, those areas. So this is Tuesday, the winds are 500 millibars. Then later, as we're going to Tuesday to Wednesday, shows even a little bit stronger there, the trough. So this goes, and at the same time the dew points shows some 60s in the south, and even maybe low 70s in Texas, and this dry air plus these dew points might make a dry line setup with danger for tornadoes. So please be aware in the south, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, both might have some threats. So be careful. There's here for week 2 accumulated supercell composite doesn't show that much week 2, like March 5th to March 11th, but this March 5th to March 11th, March 5th starts next Thursday, so this is after the event happens, but it doesn't show much. But week 3, like mid-March, already shows some very high supercell composite to watch for severe weather later into mid-March as well. And here we can see day 6, the Colorado State University has slight, like very marginal risk of severe storm or 2, but nothing crazy in the SIPs as well. But day 7, the Storm Prediction Center already has a 15%, and as of today, Thursday, this is already day 6 because they didn't update this yet, and shows like a 30% from the Colorado State University for day 7, hashtag day 6, and especially Louisiana, Mississippi, and will be strong to parts of Texas too, and the SIPS has a 15% already, so gotta watch a lot for in the next Tuesday, especially because the issue is 7 days out. And then still on Wednesday shows some percentage further into the southeast, as this front keeps moving there, so be aware. And as you can see here, shows from Texas to Tennessee the 15%. So they show here day 7 Tuesday, because this was issued yesterday. East Texas to the mid-lower Mississippi Valley, but 12 Tuesday moisture recovery across the western Gulf should be complete to 70 Fahrenheit dew points forecast both the GFS and the European ensembles a lot. However, there is significant disagreement regarding the amplitude of the largest scale wave on Tuesday. The solution preferred most other extent range guidance. However, even the GFS would pose a severe weather threat across the East Texas, mid-lower Mississippi Valley. The inherent uncertainty in day 7 forecast, modest spread with regard to mid-level trough evolution makes specific factors such as severe hazards and storm mode nebulous at this time. However, there's enough confidence that at least mid-60s dew points well inland will reject large-scale trough to introduce a 15% severe weather probability on day 7 Tuesday. So please be aware in those areas. And yeah, so here, so stay safe, and some more stuff here for Canada. Those temperatures are still very cold in central northern Canada, some minus 30s, and in the south shows some -9, some -12, some -14 New Brunswick, and in other spots some -6. And as we're going through this afternoon, warms up slightly on the southwest, but still very cold the north and northeast, and into Alaska as well. So Thursday into Friday, the does show this cold air all the way down to Manitoba, some -20s, 30s in Ontario, and many portions of Quebec as well. And let's see, down the east a little bit better near the Atlantic, but still cold in New Brunswick, and then shows selected temperatures on the west, but nothing that crazy. So Friday into Saturday morning shows some -31 in Nunavut, Northwestern Territories, some -32 in the southwest, some -6, some -9, other spots to -9, but in Manitoba still some -20s. So be aware, southern Ontario and Quebec, some minus 10, some minus 14, some minus 16, and then it gets cold again in Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. And then Saturday, Sunday, still cold, especially in Quebec, because of that cold air, some minus 27, some minus 22, in other spots to minus 29, some minus 28, northern Quebec minus 35, but on the west is generally better, some minus 9, some minus 24, and even the north is minus 26, but Nunavut still close to minus 30. Monday this goes, Monday afternoon warms up a little bit more, but still cold, especially at down the east and the north. So Tuesday, during the night, morning to Wednesday, shows some minus 30, some minus 27, the south minus 9, minus 10, minus 8, and even those mountains in Alberta is minus 20, and in other spots it's minus 13, 14. So we are Tuesday to Wednesday. This kind of continues like this with no significant cold events, just watching Northwestern Territories and Nunavut for colder wind chills and everything, but nothing that crazy. Later to March 9th, more in Quebec and Ontario, some cold waves, but nothing that crazy. So be aware, be careful the cold. Now some snowfall totals here show still like from that clipper and everything. Southern Ontario some 17 centimeters, 18, 19 centimeters in a few spots. Some more snow in New Brunswick too, Nova Scotia, and like some even to 38 centimeters, 39. Western Newfoundland, spots in eastern Quebec, southern Labrador, and shows the exact path of this clipper tying the northwestern territories, snow in Saskatchewan and Manitoba and to Ontario. Later to Friday, Saturday, and maybe starting later today there in the north. Shows a lot in southern Alaska in those mountains, and some in British Columbia too. Some snow, so beware. Western Alaska as well, and southwestern Alaska. Expect more next 5 days, and like in the Arctic, there's some snow drizzles. So beware. There's the GFS as well. Shows a spot southwestern Ontario to 19, 20 centimeters, 21. More New Brunswick too, and Newfoundland. So beware. There's the icon, especially Newfoundland, southern Labrador, eastern Quebec, even has more central Manitoba, and there in Alaska, those areas. So be aware, and just like I showed you in the US, shows more next 5 days on the Rockies in California, and like in Idaho, Montana, and even a thing or two in Iowa, but very little, and in the northeast, like I showed you. So beware. Some long range does show more on the west of the US and Canada, and more in East Canada too, the northeast, but that's very far out. Let's not look that far. But be aware, there's wind here too, stronger parts of British Columbia and Alberta. Shows today Thursday to northern Montana too, some high 50s mile per gust, and spots in Alberta some 90, some 84 km per gust, spots in Saskatchewan as well, and central Alberta. So BPR, even slightly gustier in some mountains of Yukon and Alaska and the coast of Nunavut. So this goes Thursday, some more in Saskatchewan and spots in Alberta. Friday shows more because of that clipper there, some 67, 72 mile per gust in Lake Superior as well. So Friday, this goes into Saturday, some higher gusts in the Great Lakes, especially northern Michigan. Saturday this goes into the northeast as well. We'll show you in a moment in miles per hour. So here shows in Atlantic Canada, slightly higher Newfoundland, close to 70 km per gust on Sunday. This goes away, and yeah, so Monday, and the rest is quiet except for the US, for those systems next week. But in Canada, shows maybe to Manitoba, Lake Winnipeg, slightly higher on Friday the 7th, and maybe the coast again, like British Columbia, southern Alaska, into Alberta again on the 7th, and the northwestern US maybe on March 9th in Alberta. So we'll keep watching and be aware. Now for the southwest US, shows like today slightly higher in spots in southern New Mexico and Arizona, some crosswinds, and then show like some 49, 50 mile per gust spots in southern California too, but nothing crazy. Breezy across the Midwest and spots down the east and northern Montana, like I showed you. So Thursday to Friday, still some wind there, but mainly in North Dakota, Montana, Center is Malpargus. Then this goes into northern North Dakota, Minnesota on Friday, so 46 Malpargus, but especially this Clipper dives down, so 51 Malpargus, Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Dakotas Friday, and into Saturday in Lake Michigan, and some spots there slightly higher. So this goes kind of breeze in the Appalachians, but nothing that strong, and stronger in New York Saturday afternoon, late into Saturday night, spots of Vermont, New Hampshire, even western Massachusetts, and other spots breezy as well. So Sunday this goes, and yeah, and by that time shows maybe Sunday as well in Texas, slightly higher gusts, some 50s mile per gust in California as well, some 44 mile per gust near the coast too. And then, but this is just a forecast, it will still change. But starting Tuesday, the 4th shows stronger in Arizona and New Mexico as this trough comes in spots in southernmost California. They still like very early Tuesday morning. Then this goes and like shows some stronger gusts Tuesday night in New Mexico, Texas, and the plains as well, in the southeast, south, mid south. And into Wednesday, this system keeps going. The European array has some 67 mile per gust, the Appalachians, even to 71 in Tennessee too, in Alabama, Kansas, in Oklahoma. So this goes Wednesday, Thursday, as this goes further east, some higher gusts, the mid-south, Ohio Valley, and the east Thursday, and then this goes still some strong gusts on March 7th near the northeast mid-Atlantic and like Texas and New Mexico. So this goes, and maybe March 8th, something the Midwest, and some stronger winds in Montana once again, and the rest is throughout. But be aware, just the GFS for a quick look. So Thursday to Friday, the Clipper in Canada and the northern west, Sahara Gust Friday. The GFS is this wind diving down all the way to northern Kentucky. So Friday this goes, exits the coast Saturday. Then this goes there Monday to Tuesday, has some wind in the plains and the southwest. And then Tuesday to Wednesday has this stronger wind from the system there all the way to Atlantic Canada. So be aware, and Thursday today in Alberta and those areas. So stay safe, be aware of these systems coming, and yeah, be aware. And you can always check here on these sites for predicted snowfall totals, like I showed you before, and stay